Warning. Warning.
This show contains mature content. Listener discretion is advised.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
One angry New York City Puerto Rican decided to start a radio show, determined to piss the world off by shoving a mirror in front of society's face. He kicked them in the balls.
What are you? Who are you?
This is the Crotch Shot Radio Show. Crotch Shot Radio Show.
This is not a test. This is a broadcast transmission.
We're going to stay on the air.
And now, the Whippy.
Welcome to the Crotch Shot Radio Show, where we kick the issues in the balls. We are on an active war against bullshit. We would do anything and everything to expose bullshit. The ends sometimes justify the means. So if you're angry and want the truth exposed, then strap in and prepare to be shocked. This is Smash Mouth Talk. If you can't accept it, then fuck off. I'm your host, Louis B. I takes no bullshit from nobodies. I actually expose the bullshit of society and chop it up into easy to digest chunks for you. Today won't be any different. Today, Jussie Smollett is an inside job. But before we get started, I just needed to give you guys a dose of cancer. Apparently, yeah. Let me just play this clip and you'll see.
Today, I am proud to announce that I will be forming an exploratory committee to be the first guest on Jesus and Mero.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. We're the exploratory committee.
Yeah, we the committee.
To the building. That's right.
Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Yo, listen.
Jesus and Mero, February 21st on Showtime.
Watch yourself.
She gonna be there. You better be there.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay?
Or you're square.
We her Secret Service. You don't want these hands.
Oh, God. All right, yeah, so anyways, Alex is going to be on this show called Jesus and Mero, which is a New York-based comedy duo. You can check them out on YouTube. They have some clips on there. They're funny. I think they're funny. You know, they are from the Bronx. They got that Bronx vibe going for them. Unfortunately, this bitch, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's going to be their first guest on their new show on Showtime, she is so fucking corny. I mean, you could tell, like, now I know she ain't from the Bronx. She ain't no Bronx chick whatsoever. At the end when she goes, you know, it's just so disingenuous. It's not. First of all, I mean, hold on. Let me do a comparison here. Okay, Cardi B, even though I don't like her, when she goes, let me see. Let me. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, here. Maybe this is
Yeah. So yeah. What I
Oh God, I can't stand. Fuck it. I mean, look, just look up her. Look up when she goes. Let the fuck? I can't even find. Oh, okay. Guess what? Which part of Cardi B's body baby broke? I don't know. Oh, fuck it. I'm not even gonna search. This is just, I wasn't even planning on talking about this, but honestly, you know, when you compare a real Bronx chick's like, you know, that with when she went when like, come on. That's just fucking cringy to me. Like, she's fake as fuck, and for a Latina allegedly from the Bronx, the bitch can't dance. Like, fuck out of here. Fuck for fake as fuck. She's straight herb. She's a fucking herb. If I could bring a real New York term. Today we're gonna be talking about Jussie Smollett. But just waiting for my guest. In fact, hold on. Let me try calling my guest again. Let me try calling him. He said he wanted to come on. So let me.
You have.
All right. Oh, God. All right. He's just saying, I'll call back shortly. All right. Well, we got some other news I want to talk about before we get to the main topic here. Basically, I mean, I just, like, first of all, you know, she ends up fucking up a deal. Look, I'm not a big fan of Amazon, even though I advertise using an Amazon link on the show. They have done some shady shit. Fine. However, as many people have made this point, they are a tech giant. They make billions of dollars. They make billions of dollars. They would have been, and I'm of course talking about the deal, the the Amazon deal with New York City. First of all, that area of Long Island City is already getting gentrified. I'm telling, it's gonna push people out of there. They're gonna get pushed out anyways. That's what happens. That's what's happening with New York. There's no stopping it. People are building up everywhere. They're gonna push out people. That's just the market. That's just what happens. It happened in my old neighborhood of Williamsburg. It happened in many Hispanic neighborhoods here in Manhattan. It's happening in the South Bronx. They're just pushing people out. If you don't got a good enough job, you get pushed out further and further out. It's what fucking happens. But Amazon would have provided some good jobs for people that, that actually have those skills, keeping those skills in New York. And hey, for a city that, needs tax dollars, which, businesses pay the tax dollars, pay taxes. Alexandria stuck her fucking nose and ended up screwing even her constituents that possibly would have benefited from some of the programs that even Amazon was planning for. Like they were planning funding some job training. Not funding hand. Like, why the fuck can't I talk today? Jesus, I'm fucking tired, man. I was firing on all cylinders this morning. It fucking snowed. It was fucking snowing. I had to go get some physical therapy, which fucking when I got there, it was canceled. We don't do physical therapy here anymore. Somebody should have called you instead of me schlepping all the way into fucking Brooklyn. Well, I was fucking snowing cats and balls over here. Like, unfucking believable. unfucking believable. So, anyways, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she ends up fucking up the deal, sticking her nose in there, and she doesn't know what the fuck she is talking about. She's like, oh, instead of giving $3 billion to Amazon, we should use it to pay for... Yeah, we didn't have that $3 billion. We weren't going to give Amazon $3 billion. We were going to give them $3 billion in tax breaks. And we would have gotten $27 billion back in taxes from Amazon. This is what's done. This is how you make deals to attract businesses to come into your area. You give them an incentive to come in here. That's what happens. Hey, you take. It's like how a store cuts prices to attract people to come into their store to buy, and you end up paying more than you save. And you might buy a little more. I know I do. Hey, it's a sale. Oh, there's a sale on this. There's a sale on that. I buy a little more, and they end up making their money back. But this bitch, she believes in handouts instead of hand ups, because Amazon would have provided some hand ups to help people better themselves. This shit would have benefited a lot of people. So who's gonna move into that area now? Oh, these people, the people that were against Amazon, hey, they get their buildings back. But guess what? It's just going to turn that area into a shithole again. Oh, it's more crowded than ever. Yeah, shit happens. Yeah, but what about the other businesses around? I'm sorry. Look, as annoyed, and look, I know I see both sides of the issue, because honestly, when Williamsburg, Brooklyn started to change and shit, like the whole dynamic, the whole spirit of the neighborhood, people came in and they didn't really respect the spirit of the neighborhood. They acted like shit was manifest destiny. Like they didn't respect the sanctity of the stoop. The sanctity of the stoop. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, I don't know how to explain it to you. But when new people started moving into the neighborhood, I would constantly have to chase people off the stoop, because they would leave their fucking Starbucks cups, they leave their fucking trash on the stoop, and they just leave it there for me to fucking have to clean. So it got to the point where I was like dumping water on motherfuckers. Get off the stoop, whoosh, because they would be like, because if you just let them be, they'd be like, oh dude, no, I'll clean it up, and then all of a sudden they're gone, but their trash is still there. Like, you motherfuckers. So look, I totally understand when a new crowd comes into the neighborhood, they don't fucking respect, especially these hipsters, mostly white. Not trying to sound racist, but mostly white. But honestly, who the fuck is coaching this bitch in her economics? Like, she not only, like, honestly, the one thing that I'm happy about is that she's like, it's causing infighting within the Democrat Party. So yeah, go ahead, keep fighting amongst yourselves. But you just screwed over your own people. And I hope people realize they got screwed over. I hope they realize that this bitch screwed her over. Screwed them over. Screwed them out of getting a good paying job. Like, imagine if you were a coder or whatever tech, had a thing in tech, and yeah, you want to stay in Queens, you want to stay in your neighborhood, hey, snap, Amazon's gonna come here, I'm gonna get a good paying job, I'm gonna stay in my neighborhood, I'm gonna help, it's gonna help out, bow, bow, bow. And I'm talking mad New York right now. Ba ba ba, woo woo woo. And then all of a sudden, deal falls through. Like, what about those fucking people that were making fucking plans for that job, that were planning on getting a job, planning on, like, they were so confident that they were going to get hired, and they're making plans for the future and all that, and like, not understanding what's going on. That kind of reminds me of how, like, when I used to live with my grandmother, like, I was looking for a job, and my grandmother thought I was up to no good. And I'm on the phone with employers setting up an interview. My grandmother's like, "Oh, you better not be buying drugs. You this and that. Hey, you're always up to no good." And the guy listening, he's like, "Oh, never mind." Click. And it was gonna be a good paying job. And I'm like, my grandmother doesn't understand what I was trying to do, because with Spanish women, old Spanish women, you're up to no good at all times. No matter what proof comes out that you're doing something else, you are still up to no good. Yet with the same breath, why don't you have a job? Like, what? I have a job! But you can't tell them shit. That's Ocasio-Cortez. She doesn't understand what the fuck is going on, but he automatically assumes everybody's up to no good. And then fucks it up for everyone else. And she's like, "Oh, well, capitalism is bad. Here's free shit if you don't want to work. Green New Deal. Ho, ho, ho. If you don't want to work, here's some free money. Go fuck yourselves." Like, thanks, Sandy. Thank you. Oh, God. She's so fucking annoying. She is a pestoso. That's Spanish for pest, in case you didn't understand that. And no, that's not a real Spanish word, so don't fucking use it. Because I'm getting tired of being blamed. Like, Louis B, he taught me a Spanish word. And if you use it and get fucked up, it's not my fault. Goodness, I really should have called him before I started the show, so that way So Bernie Sanders is running for president again. He is driving pizzas at the moment. All right, he's delivering pizzas. Okay. Bernie Sanders is running for president again. He is for government subsidized healthcare, college, and getting his ass kicked by a female dominatrix. Yes. Shout out to Brad Chatford. So, FBI now investigating Jussie Smollett for sending hate letter to himself. Oh, wait, I'm going to talk about that later. Okay, talk about what I'm going to talk about. Gee, bitches are fucking corny. Why can't these feminist leftists can't have beliefs? Oh, that's another thing. I just want to... Saw this tweet. Feminist pastor gives Gloria Steinem vagina sculpture made of melted purity rings. Okay, first of all, you want to be like feminists, they want to be respected. They want their people to respect their opinions, respect their freedom of speech, all their freedoms and liberties. I get that. But why, in fighting for whatever equality or whatever right that they don't have, why do they turn around and disrespect religion? I'm talking about religion as a whole. Of course, they don't go after Islam. Of course not. The one religion that actually, tells women they're second-class citizens. With Christianity, like if you read 1 Corinthians, there's actually passages that teach you how to treat your wife with respect. You can't beat your wife. It's against God's, you do not harm your wife. You treat your wife as you would treat yourself. You love your wife as you love yourself. You are one flesh. I mean, there's specific provisions in the Bible that protect women. Yeah, it's patriarchal because, men are the head of the household. Like, yeah, but you don't understand the responsibility men have. To, oh man, our responsibility to take care of the family. But I mean, I'm on a fucking. Damn it! I can't talk today. Bottom line is, why do feminists always have to constantly turn around? It's like it's not even so much fighting for equality. It's getting time to get revenge. That's what it's become. It's just, I mean, and honestly, you're just going to cause more division. They're going to cause more division this way. And this is why we say feminism is cancer. It's like, okay. And again, I'm just going to ask the same question that I asked about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Why are these feminists so damn corny? Like, what's so groundbreaking? What's so offensive about a vagina? I do not find vaginas the least bit offensive. I enjoy them. I like the way they look. I guarantee it. Like, I like them. I like how the loose lip ones. I like the innies. It's like, I'm not good. Like it bugs me that there's some women that are so self-conscious that they do the vaginoplasty where they trim the labias, the lips. Like, why do that? Like, who's the homosexual talking shit about how your vagina looks? It looks like roast beef. And? Don't you like roast beef? I think roast beef is delicious. It looks like an Arby's sandwich. What? So what? So what? It's delicious. Anyways. I don't know. It's just, like, oh, we're just gonna purity rings. And honestly, what do they have against purity? Don't they hate it when men just want them for their bodies? They want men to want them for more, to get to know them. I mean, that's what I keep hearing. Oh, I'm not here for sex. I don't want to just be another hookup. Yet you shit on purity rings. The purity rings, that purity thing that some Christian religions do, that applies to men too. That applies to boys too, to maintain their purity. It's not just on the female. I don't know. It's just messy. It's just messy for no reason. So, I'm walking away from the troubles in my life. I'm walking away to find a better day. What's going on? Let me just message him and tell him to text me when he's ready. So, what else is going on? Oh man, I'm trying to stall, not talking about the Jussie thing. In fact, I'm gonna play a song. I'm gonna play the song. What should I play? It's Black History Month. Let me play Martin Luther King Speaks and Alice by Someday Static on the Crotch Shot Radio Show.
Let us rise up tonight with a greater readiness. Let us stand with a greater determination. Let us move on in these powerful days. These days of challenge to make America what it ought to be. We've got some difficult days ahead, but it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop, and I've looked over, and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing anything. Our eyes have seen the glory of the Lord. 1960, students all over the South started sitting in at lunch hours. And I knew that as they were sitting in, they were really standing up for the best in the American dream, and taking the whole nation back to those great realms of democracy, which were dug deep by the founding fathers in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. We've got some difficult days ahead, but it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop, and I've looked over, and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know that we as a people will get to the promised land. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing anything. Our eyes have seen the glory of the Lord. 1962, the Negroes in Albany, Georgia, decided to straighten their backs up. And whenever men and women straighten their backs up, they are going somewhere, because a man can't ride your back unless it is bent. 1963, black people in Birmingham, Alabama, aroused the conscience of this nation, brought into being the Civil Rights Bill. Later that year in August, I would try to tell America about a dream that I had. We've got some difficult days ahead, but it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop, and I've looked over, and I've seen the promised land. But I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing anything. We've got some difficult days ahead, but it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop, and I've looked over, and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
I don't know much, but I'll keep asking till I do. I'm just like little Alice, so tempted by love. Ha ha.
That was Someday Static with their song Alice, and previously before that we played a auto-tuned speech from Martin Luther King for Black History Month. This is the Crotch Out Radio Show, kicking the issues in the balls. Please smash that like button however you are listening to the show. Please smash that like button because it helps. Every little bit helps. Thank you very much. Okay, well, I'm still waiting for Gabe Brown to call in, but fuck it, let's just get started on the main topic. It's just hilarious how fast this Jussie Smollett, actor from the show Empire, which I've only watched like one episode, and it's really not my fucking cup of tea. But who knew that Jussie Smollett would bring everyone together? We were all left and right were like, nah, girl. nah, bitch. You's lying. You's a lie. I mean, it's funny how fast it went down. Because, I mean, it was like, who would be like, even Charlemagne the God on Breakfast Club, he's like, who would be walking around with the sandwich still in their hand, with the noose still around their neck, like, especially with the racial connotations that does, the whole psychological aspect. I mean, I've heard people make that point, like having the whole psychological aspect of being a black man wearing a noose around your neck. Nah, girl. That's not how that shit works. So, you know, the story had holes. It wasn't well written. I mean, I guess he's a songwriter, not a screenwriter, not a screenplay, not a screenwrite. So, you know, the whole narrative fell apart. The location didn't work. The circumstances didn't work. It was just a horrible It was horrible writing. I guess he got some of the writers from Empire to do the script for him for this one scenario to advance a silly agenda. I mean, who the fuck does he think he is? The CIA? I mean, goodness, imagine if he was the one that planned out 9/11. We wouldn't be looking crazy saying that 9/11 was an inside job. We'd be like, yeah, no, that's obvious. Like, he probably would have picked the whole wrong target. Instead of knocking down the Twin Towers, he went after, like, the 34th Street Macy's. He flew a plane into 34th Street Macy's building. Everyone's like, nah, girl. I mean, and now you have people that hate Trump. Just like, yo, you really just fuck shit up. I mean, because look, just think of it this way. Like my god sister in California. She's constantly talking shit. Well, not talking shit, but speaking out against women that falsely accuse men of rape. Because of them, she has to like really have a lot of proof and evidence before she could even go to the police if she was raped. Because they're not going to keep the guy in prison, which means real victims of rape are basically putting themselves in danger, because if they were really raped, the police are not going to hold them, which means they're going to go after them and finish the job, so that way there's no witness to the crime. Putting real rape victims in danger. And I think I said that over and over, didn't I? I repeated myself. Sorry. But okay.
Breaking headline.
There we go. But everyone jumped on this. You had Ellen Page on the Colbert Show. In fact, here, let me play this.
Ladies and gentlemen, My first guest tonight is an actress you loved in Juno, Inception, and the X-Men franchise. She now stars in the new Netflix series, The Umbrella Academy. Please welcome back to The Late Show, Ellen Page. You're a delight. How have you been?
I've been well.
Yeah? Been all over the world? Where you been?
I've just been working.
Do you live here in New York? Do you live on the West Coast?
I just moved here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you ever live here before?
Thank you so much.
Did you live here before?
Briefly, I've shot movies, you know what I'm saying, but not
greatest city in the world, right here.
It's a beautiful
Congratulations.
City. Thank you so much.
Excellent choice.
Excellent
choice.
Thank you.
Now, I know that this is, or is this, we're coming up, or you just had your first anniversary of your marriage?
I dealt with it, and I'm
Then it was. Oh, you're smiling already. Oh, you're a
ideas of, and it was very hard for me, and I dealt with a lot of stuff that was totally normalized since really young, you know.
What would you say to that young person? How would you? Any idea how we can get the public and the media to pay more attention to what's happening in global warming? Because
all right.
It disproportionately affects people of color, whether it's currently, including in Canada, including the environmental racism that's happening in Canada.
Environmental
The
racism?
province I'm from.
What's environmental racism?
It disproportionately
I don't know. I feel like I'm being called a spick every time it's dumb cold.
affects people of color, whether it's like the disproportionate amount of landfills that are placed next to communities of people of color in Nova Scotia, or whether it's about a pulp mill, like talking about something. Please cast me, and said, but debate.
I agree.
And instead, it's like we have a media that's barely talking about it. Finally, the aliens will come and have compassion for us, and Amy can do something.
We need superheroes.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's like the urgency would be so severe, and instead, it's like we have a media that's barely talking about it.
Oh, God, I can't fucking
We
find
have a
this
media
shit.
that's saying it's a debate whether or not what just happened to Jussie Smollett is a hate crime. It's absurd. This isn't a debate.
I agree.
Sorry, I'm like...
Not at all.
I'm like really fired up tonight,
This is how you have to be fired up.
it feels impossible to not feel this way right now with
the
president and the vice president, Mike Pence, who like wishes I couldn't be married. Let's just be clear. The vice...
Okay, first of all, when has Mike Pence ever said anything about gays? Like, I don't know. I don't know, maybe in the past, but like recently, I mean, it's the law of the land. I mean, I wonder how, like... Does anyone even want to take the fucking time? Like, let's overturn gay marriage. Like, I could give two shits.
Vice President of America wishes I didn't have the love with my wife. He wanted to ban that in Indiana. He believes in conversion therapy.
Who says?
He has hurt LGBTQ people so badly as the government of Indiana, and I think the thing we need to know, and I hope my show Gaycation did this, in terms of connecting the dots, in terms of what happened the other day to Jussie. I don't know him personally. I sent all of my love.
Haha.
Connect the dots. This is what happens. If you are in a position of power and... You
mean this is what happens? You have to stage your own hate crime? You fuck out of here. Afuera! Fuck out of here, Ellen Page. Nothing happened. Jussie Smollett is an inside job. Now you have all these people that back Jussie. Like, this is fantastic. He single-handedly just fucked up every fucking leftist. It's like, he made you look like an ass. Congratulations. Gracias. De nada. Gracias, my dudes. Anyways, I responded to this because, you know, a lot of us are like, see, like now, fake hate crimes are finally making it to the forefront. They're finally gonna get reported. In fact, Tim Pool, he talked about this site called Fake Hate Crimes .org. Let me go on there. I mean, there's a whole database of... Wow, this is really fucked up. Why is it set up like this? Like, this is really retarded on how it looks. They really need to fix this site, man. They really need to fix this fucking site, man. Let me see if me doing this does anything. No, it does nothing. Not secure. Oh, okay. Allow flash. Reload. No, that does nothing. Wow, this site sucks. I mean, it's good that someone put it together, but damn, like, they really need to fix this. Anyways, yeah, they added there was 348 instances of fake hate crimes. They just added the Jussie Smollett. But it's 347. Two of them are Jussie Smollett, the two latest ones. But this one, wow, I really hate this site. Like, I mean, the information is good, but the way this shit is set up, oh my god, they really need to fix this. This really looks like a dickhead made it. Like, I'm sorry, whoever made this. I'm sorry. Your intentions were noble, but fuck. So you need one of your boys to help you and fucking do website design, because this sucks. Graphs. Oh man. Oh geez, this sucks. Alright, let me see if it looks better on Firefox. Cause nope, it looks like shit there too. Fuck. Alright. But okay, anyways, back to this tweet. Nick Jack Pappas on Twitter, he goes, real hate crime, 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 fake hate crime, real hate crime, real hate crime, real hate crime. Conservatives, see, they're all fake. No, but the thing is, and this is what I was like, more like real hate crime, fake poop swastika, fake hijab removal in New York City, fake noose on door, fake desecration of Jewish cemetery done by Jewish person. The point is, fake hate crimes are a lot more common than you want to admit. And of course, he has no response to the person of color. Nunsky. As of 7 hours ago, 7 hours ago when I replied, none whatsoever. So yeah, I mean, look, we're happy. Conservatives and libertarians are happy because look, not everything is a fucking hate crime. Because I replied to Ada Rodriguez, who I've had on the show twice. The problem is that the left ends up using these hate crime claims as a way to paint everyone on the right as having the same beliefs of being racist, sexist, etc. Plus, as a Latino, these hoaxes make it more dangerous for me and make it harder for me to get justice. And I'm saying if I'm attacked. And honestly, I've said before, I mean, the racism has been thrown at me by the left, by people from the left, because I don't believe or I don't follow their fucking programming. We wouldn't be taking such pleasure at his downfall if the left didn't use these as a weapon. Just because I'm a Trump supporter does not mean I am a racist, sexist, or homophobe. That's the thing, because they celebrate this shit. Oh shit, he's a real hate crime. He said the N-word. Mazel tov. Yeah, you experienced a hate crime. They worship victim culture. I mean, other people have made this connection. They worship victim culture. They wanted this to be true. They said it had to be true. And you know what? Are they going to learn from this? Are they going to learn to slow down, pump the brakes? No. Because the left are like cats. If it fits, I sits. No matter how ridiculous, no matter what proof to the contrary it is, if we could twist it to make people on the right look bad, we'll do it. In fact, this right here, Jussie Smollett charged with felony disorderly conduct for filing false report after allegedly staging attack, says police.
Out of Chicago, police there are now calling actor Jussie Smollett a suspect in a criminal investigation. They say he is under investigation for, quote, filing a false police report in that alleged hate crime. Smollett had claimed 2 men attacked him and had called him racist and homophobic names. Tonight, this new video just emerging showing those two brothers buying supplies. Those 2 men say it was Smollett who orchestrated the attack. ABC's Eva Pilgrim leading us off.
Tonight, Chicago police are officially calling Jussie Smollett a suspect in a criminal investigation for allegedly filing a false police report. A grand jury, they say, is already hearing evidence. The stunning twist comes as the brothers at the center of that investigation are seen on surveillance buying a red hat and ski masks, items allegedly used in a phony attack the men claim they were paid to stage. After days of pressing Smollett for a follow-up interview, Chicago police today issuing a stark public warning. We got information, and that's what we want to run by him. If the opportunity is not taken to come in, we're going to go with other methods to create a culture of accountability. Late today, Smollett's attorney meeting with police and prosecutors.
Empire's not going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on an artist that would try to take us down.
The Empire actor has insisted he was the victim of an attack.
How do you not believe that? It's the truth.
The FBI is already investigating whether Smollett sent this threatening letter to himself a week before the attack.
The return address said in big red, like caps, MAGA. Did I make that up too?
His brother now defending him on Instagram, blasting the media with a quote from Malcolm X. It will make the criminal look like he's the victim and make the victim look like he's the criminal. Smollett has allegedly lied to police in the past. Newly revealed court documents from 2007 show he was accused of impersonating his brother by using his name during a traffic stop where he was suspected of driving under the influence. He reportedly pleaded no contest to reduce charges and completed an alcohol treatment program.
Eva Pilgrim with us live tonight again from Chicago. I know this is fast moving, Eva, but tonight police and prosecutors are already presenting evidence to a grand jury.
That's right, David. While Smollett's attorneys have been talking with the prosecutors and investigators today, the grand jury inside this courthouse is moving forward. Smollett could face up to a Class 4 felony, which could mean jail time, David.
Eva, thank you.
The FBI and the U.S. Postal Inspection Service are the latest law enforcement agencies investigating the Jussie Smollett case. At the center of their investigation is this letter, which made homophobic and racist threats against the actor. Investigators want to know if Smollett played any role in sending the letter. It was mailed to the Chicago studios of Empire, the hit Fox show where Smollett works, on January 22nd. Last week, in an exclusive ABC News interview, this is what the actor had to say about the letter.
On the letter, it had a stick figure hanging from a tree with a gun pointing towards it, with the words that said, "Smollett Jussie, you will die black." The return address said in big red, like caps, MAGA. Did I make that up too?
Chicago police continue their investigation looking into allegations that Smollett himself may have orchestrated and paid for the racist and homophobic attack.
Yeah, and they're showing the picture of him laying, like, his face looks too clean if two people whooped his ass. I don't care, yeah. And honestly, he's making Chicago look like assholes, like the Chicago PD look like assholes. Like no city wants a hate crime happening in their town. Nobody. So it's in their best interest to prove him wrong or to investigate it. And all the evidence went to that. I mean, it's all the evidence pointed to it being a fucking hoax. It's in their best interest because they don't want that shit happening in their town. So basically, you're saying, oh, well, they're a bunch of assholes because they you got bigots running around. And on the first day, people were like, nah, bullshit. Like, first of all, who's really watching Empire? Like I said, I only watched one episode. No one knew who this motherfucker was. Now everyone knows his name, but it's gonna be for the wrong reasons. But unfortunately, no one's gonna learn from this. I don't think he's gonna do any time. He might have to apologize, but that's not gonna hurt him. It's only gonna help. It's only gonna, help his career. He's probably gonna get more. He's gonna get more sympathy. No one's gonna. I don't know. But then again, I don't know because people are already condemning him, like Cardi B. Cardi B condemning Jussie Smollett. Jussie, I keep calling. First of all, fuck his parents for naming him Jussie. Cause it's like making it harder for me. Just name him fucking Jussie. In fact, here, let me play this clip here, cause where is it? There's no clip. There's no clip. I got to find the clip. You have to lick it before you stick it. You gotta get it nice and wet. Okay, here it is.
I didn't give out a statement. They put out a statement claiming that I was practically lying. So I don't want to, call Jussie Smollett a complete lie. But they do claim that they have evidence from both the brothers that they spoke. So I don't know. I want to see what else. I want to know. Because if he did that, he really fucked up, bro. This February, you have so many people standing for you. Like, why would you do that, bro? Is attention that necessary for y'all nowadays? Oh, shit. Fuck me in my pussy.
The fuck? I really hate Cardi B. I'm really tired of her ass. I'm really just tired of her ass. She's just really just fucking low class. But but the point I'm trying to make is you got all these leftists that had your back and now they're like, what? Nah, girl. Use a lie. Use a lie. Lie. Use a lie. It's hilarious. Anyways, he's gonna do time. Well, hopefully he does some time. I'm really hoping. I'm hoping they nail his ass to the wall. Well, no homo. I hope they put him in a place where he never. I hope he's so fucking hated that he doesn't get no dick in prison. I hope he never gets laid again. I hope I hope that's what I hope. I hope for him that he never finds love. I hope he's never blessed to have someone to love him romantically. Yep. May his balls be blue. Anyways. Oh. Yep. Where is it? Oh, hold on. Don't say nothing yet. Hold on. Finally, they call and... Scholar, researcher, expert in Antifa anthropology. I introduce to you, Gabriel Brown. Hey, what you think of your new intro?
That's pretty funny. I like that. That's pretty good.
Finally, man, I freaking just almost finished up the topic on Jussie Smollett. But what's your take on this whole thing? Like now the grand jury made him a suspect.
I think that's kind of, it's really funny. Just a couple weeks ago when we kind of speculated on, the potential of this being yet again a fake hate crime. Mm-hmm. It turns out that pretty much everything that you and I discussed a couple shows ago, it turned out to be accurate.
It just, like I said before, it's just amazing how fast this pretty much blew up in his face.
Well, I guess he was good at the Academy Award appearance on, national television when his interview, but as far as writing the script goes, he's not a good script writer.
Yeah, I said that's what I said. He might be a good songwriter, but he's not a good playwright.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's now blowing up in his face.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I've been saying, for a while, last couple of weeks. Like, this guy claimed that, mask-wearing Trump supporters, white people with masks, since he knows their race, Trump hat supporters, are walking around at 2 a.m. with bleach and, cloth to use as nooses. Just magically spot him out of nowhere in Chicago, of all places. Because, you can walk around with Trump hats in Chicago. Mm-hmm. It's not like people are getting shot left and right everywhere.
Exactly.
But, that he thought this would somehow fly. And, it turns out they, cops looked at hundreds of hours worth of video footage, found nothing except two black guys, the Nigerians, as they call them. And, of course, they go and question them. And, obviously they're going to save their own ass because they clearly didn't concoct this plan. Mm-hmm. What it sounds, or at least what I heard last, is that they pretty much claim that this guy paid them, or was going to pay him. And that this is pretty much appears to be a staged event in the making for quite a while now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like crazy.
And poorly staged. And poorly staged because, you know what?
Yeah.
Like, even in the movies, when you're making a movie, you have location scouts. He didn't scout out the location. He didn't do the least bit fucking work. So, I mean, he couldn't be more of a fucking black Democrat.
Well, let me just put it, since we're going to talk about location. Yeah. It's funny, it's like you said, you didn't really properly scout out the area from what it looks like.
Yeah.
Not only that, but it appears he might have screwed up in his little attempt to make him look like the victim because he apparently didn't realize that he wasn't getting the victim status on camera until after he walked in front of the camera afterwards.
Yeah.
So everything was a big mystery because he walked out of the way of the camera not realizing that the camera wasn't actually filming what he was doing.
Yeah.
With his buddies or whoever they are.
Yeah.
And, it's funny, the other thing, too, Lou, is location.
Yeah, exactly.
He picked the worst place you could possibly come up with that scenario. Now, if he said that was like Mississippi or somewhere where it's like stereotypically known to have like Klansmen running around lynching people, all right, it might have been almost believable.
Actually, it's funny that you mentioned that because I was listening to the Gavin McInnes Get Off My Lawn podcast last night, and he made that very exact same point. He's like,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Check him out. Get Off My Lawn. It's now a podcast. I listen to it off of Google Play. He was like, first of all, he didn't even scout out the location to see if there were any cameras around. It doesn't make sense that there are racists running around in the bougie section, bougie gay
what,
section.
10-degree weather? Or minus 10 negative?
Yeah,
I mean, how cold was it that night?
-2 degrees.
Yeah, okay, yeah. There are people running around with bleach and scarf-like, nooses, just randomly picking out actors at 2 a.m. in the morning.
And
There's
first of
so
all,
many people doing that.
His face wouldn't be covered. Like, honestly, it was snowing here this afternoon. I had my face covered up. I had a face mask on.
It's cold out. Who the heck is, visible?
Yeah,
unless you really know what you're looking for.
The doorman in my building, they didn't even recognize me until I started talking. Like, then they're gonna. You mean to tell me, your face would be covered up at that cold weather, and these two races are just gonna pick you out? Oh, you're the faggot nigger from Empire. Come on, come on.
No,
and then you're gonna walk home.
I didn't even know this was a show until it was brought to my attention.
Exactly. I mean, no, who knew? I've only seen one episode.
Never even heard of it until
one episode.
The only reason I know about it is because of all this controversy.
Exactly.
Which more and more, that's what it looks like he was trying to generate had he not gotten caught.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for those pesky kids, as they say. But the thing is, I mean, not only is he just picked the worst location for this story plot line because it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. And, in the bigger picture of all this, I think the people in the media are now tearing each other apart. Because at first they thought they had something juicy.
Yeah.
And they were just saying, Pence is responsible. Trump's responsible. It's all Trump supporters. And now you have people in the mainstream media, or what we're calling the mainstream media these days, because they have become the establishment. They're all turning on these activists on the left, saying, "Oh, you people are the ones who did this. We reported it accurately."
Yeah.
It's like, no, you did. You're full of crap.
No.
You didn't do that. You reported garbage, and you got caught. And now you're deleting your tweets and hiding the fact that you said all this stuff instead of just saying we screwed up.
Yeah.
I
mean, they couldn't which makes them even more guilty because they thought, oh shit, they gave us another weapon to use against Trump. I mean, I know they're probably gonna try to do that whole verbal mental jujitsu and still blame this on Trump and say, oh well, Jussie Smollett lied because he wouldn't have been able to be. It wouldn't have been believable if Trump wasn't so made it so easy to believe that it was a racist attack or his supporters. That's probably what they'll have to use or say.
Well,
to save face.
Louis. They're not as good at word jiu-jitsu as I am. I can write paragraph after paragraph of word jiu-jitsu to make their heads spin. They don't know me very well.
You can't just say jiu-jitsu without Jew. Ho ho. So, anyways. No. Oops.
I got attacked on that topic today. We're talking about that.
Oh, really?
That's another subject.
All right.
But yeah, as far as this whole Jussie Smollett thing, I mean, the bigger picture is the media tried to use this as a weapon. He got caught, and now it seems to me that I want to point out several factors in this. Why would he possibly do this? I am going to speculate a little bit. I think he did this because he was convinced that he would get impression points. And he'd probably boost his career.
Yeah.
Because that is the marketing aspect that all this social justice victim mentality stuff has really been marketed to the younger generation.
Mm-hmm.
That is what's been going on. And another factor I want to mention is the reason the establishment, I think, is so pissed off at this kid, this actor, is because he got caught.
Yeah.
And he exposed their little scams that they all do, and it's going to wake people up that normally don't pay attention to this. I mean, even people on the left are like, this is nonsense. So it's like, this is crazy. This didn't happen. They don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're waking up people on the left to, these hoax, this doesn't help the establishment narrative. So I'm sure the establishment is really pissed off at Jussie Smollett for the fact that he got caught, because it really exposes a major tactic that's constantly used to perpetuate these false hate crimes. Every time that they claim, oh, hate's on the rise. Well, maybe some hate's on the rise. I don't really know, because you know why I don't know? Because a lot of times these fake crimes overshadow the real ones.
Yeah.
Which ultimately the real victims are not getting true justice.
No,
so,
I mean, I commented on this I guess comedian. He's a comedian and a writer. He tweeted this out, and I responded to it. And sorry if I'm repeating myself for the people that heard me make this point earlier. He writes, real hate crime, real hate crime, real hate crime, real hate crime, fake hate crime, real hate crime, real hate crime, real hate crime. Conservatives, see, they're all fake. And then I'm like, more like real hate crime, fake poop swastika, fake hijab removal, New York City, fake noose on door, fake desecration of Jewish cemetery done by Jewish person.
No.
The point is, fake hate crimes are a lot more common than you want to admit. You there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, no, I mean, these people want to act like there's no hate crimes going. Well, actually, if there are no fake hate crimes going on,
yeah,
there's a couple hundred that we now have documented.
Yeah,
I mean, there's several cases of hijabs being removed that were never removed.
Yeah,
there's cases of Jews wearing swastikas on synagogues and their own dorm room doors. I mean, blacks wearing KKK graffiti on blacks churches, and cops faking their own hate crimes too. I mean, it's not just people on the left. It's an epidemic everywhere. Everyone wants to play victim. Yeah. And they think they're getting some kind of compensation for it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's really crazy.
I mean, that's Gavin even made that point yesterday. Well, Monday, about on his podcast about aren't hijabs secured by safety pins and stuff? They're not that easy to rip off. I mean,
it's so crazy.
Yeah,
what's going on, and like I said, they're really trying to use this as a tactic more and more because they really don't. If you think about it, they don't have much left to work with.
No,
they've lied about so much that the only thing they have left is now to paint a horrible picture of people that they want to accuse and vilify in these witch hunts.
It's like they didn't.
Look. What was it? The Washington Post op-ed writer said that this has to be a real attack because they need it to be. I'm paraphrasing the statement, but I mean, Tim Pool reported on the other day that they wrote an op-ed about this. That this is extremely important for them that this is real, and they need it to be real.
It's almost like they just have not learned their lesson from 2016, because I mean the thing is. All they're doing is pissing us off, and it's just gonna push us to be more and more based, more and more less afraid to fucking say these words that they're afraid that we'll say. It's gonna honestly, you're pissing off people to the point where it's like, okay, well, you're gonna call me a racist anyway, so speak faggot nigger, speak faggot nigger, They're gonna start celebrating
the sprinkler effect.
Yeah, it's it's like that's what's gonna happen. I mean, and then
that's
they're
what
gonna
want. You see, that is exactly what these people want.
Yeah, but it's gonna backfire.
You see, they need to inflate the hate. They need to create racists, and the only way they can do it is by pushing people in that direction.
But that's the thing.
Becoming racialized.
But that's the thing. It's gonna blow up in their face because all this is gonna do is gonna add to helping Trump get a second term, and then it's gonna create a trend where all you gotta do is be outrageous or even more outrageous than Trump, and people are gonna be like, well, this guy is speaking his mind. This guy is not scared to be real. Well,
here's the thing, Louis. I think if we stick to our guns, and we're true and sincere about all the things we're always about, and we don't get, we don't take the bait and become the things that the left want us to transform into. What that's going to do is that's going to work in our favor if we're strong-willed enough to stand our ground, because that's going to show the moderates on the left who still think that they don't like Trump, but they're pro-capitalist and they're liberal type positions, and I mean in the real sense of liberalism, not that's just BS, progressivism. Now, if those people see the left acting ridiculous like this, they're going to gravitate away from the left, and they're going to at least, even if they still call themselves leftists, they're going to at least not be enemy to us.
Mm.
They're going to be willing to have dialogue, and they're going to realize that we have more in common with them than they realize.
Well,
and that's how they're going to make themselves marginalized, and they're going to look like the real fringe, which is what they really are.
Yeah.
And you already see examples and evidence of this occurring where people are leaving the Democratic Party, they're leaving the left.
Yeah.
And they're just like in the middle at this point.
But
even
that's
if
the
they
thing.
don't call themselves right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like we keep talking about Tim Pool because I mean, he's in that same pool. Tim Pool.
He's a prime example of this, and I gotta tell you, his reporting is pretty damn accurate, and it's improving that.
Yeah.
For somebody of his perspective. And that's I see more and more of this happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that's going on right now.
So what do you think? What do you think is going to go on?
You watch. You're going to see more of this occurring as time progresses.
Yeah. I mean, you think this is going to start a trend of people actually calling out these things and not allowing people to get away with just saying shit anymore?
I think eventually, yeah. I think the boy who cried wolf has cried wolf one too many times.
I mean, pretty soon. I mean, there's a negative factor in all this too, though. Yeah,
that's when real hate crimes are going to happen.
Yeah,
because nobody's going to believe that it's a real hate crime anymore, and that's what these idiots don't get. They really are being stupid. Every time they perpetuate fake hate crimes, they're actually giving cover to the people who are going to now have an opportunity to administer real hate crimes.
Yeah. I mean, I think I said this to you yesterday when we were prepping for the show today. This is just going to be dangerous for people like me because, especially since a lot of people on the left like to make racist claims towards me, especially on Facebook. Like, I can't really report this because people are not going to believe me now. They're going to be like, oh, well, you're a Trump supporter. You're just trying to use this to make us look bad. I mean, no matter how much proof I have, I'm not going to be believed.
Isn't that funny? And I mean, they try to throw that at me, too. I get attacked physically by Antifa or, people on the left. And then they try to downplay, like, these people on the regressive left, they'll downplay that their actions were even, that they did anything wrong, period. They won't even act like what they did was wrong or that what others did were wrong to do the very things that they say are done to marginalized people.
Yeah.
And you know what? It does kind of make it's like I said, it does make it a dangerous environment for people who, quote unquote, have minority status because of the intentions of people I guess I'll use the far right who do have, supremacist positions. They may feel more confident to enact. They might use the information we're talking about to justify their ability to get away with it.
Yeah.
Just because they might do that doesn't mean we shouldn't talk about it. We should definitely expose it, and we should make sure that nobody tries to take advantage of this chaos that these leftists are creating with this effort to promote, these hate crimes that aren't real. I mean, we just got to expose the fake crimes. We got to expose real crimes. And we got to address the social disorder that created the mess in the first place. Because apparently, these social justice advocates, they're not doing their job by exposing anything. They're doing their job to perpetuate this hate. I think it's our job to expose the reality behind all this, and it's our job to do our best to educate people so that we can protect each other. That's why dialogue is important, and I think it's important to moderates on the left. They'll start talking with the people on the right, and they'll get to the real sense of who each other really are, and then they'll be like, all right, yeah, this person was really attacked. We know that for a fact. We know what's really going on. We can't. Then they can't be duped. They can't be manipulated. If the system can't manipulate people, that doesn't benefit the system. It benefits us that they can't be manipulated, because then we're really then we can go after the real enemy instead of each other, because we're all Americans. We're all people on the as they say, the underclass. We can go after the real ruling class, the people that run the new world order. And that's ultimately what needs to be done here. But yeah, it's a shame that this Jussie Smollett character, it looks like he threw away his life to lie because he thought he was going to boost his career. In one instance, I feel kind of sorry for him that he was convinced that to be a victim to such a degree that he was willing to, now he's possibly going to face jail time if they really pursue this. But in another sense, you should realize this was going to happen if he didn't, if he wasn't truthful.
Yeah, I mean, but good for him. Honestly, good for him.
Maybe this will be a message to others.
I mean, the thing is, I hope will happen, but I seriously doubt that this forces people to be held accountable.
Well, if it's, what? The people in the regressive left constantly throw Charlottesville at everybody. They constantly attack people on the right saying, oh, Charlottesville this, Charlottesville that. Mm-hmm. Man, most of them don't even know what actually happened at Charlottesville. I can say that from experience because I was at Charlottesville. And I don't deny any of that. I was there to document it. The thing is, they constantly beat us over the head with Charlottesville every second. So now I think it's time to unleash the fact that fake hate crimes are a constant thing that's been being pushed for the last few years for certain.
Yeah, I tried going
remind them that, you know what, we don't really believe that you people are being persecuted anymore unless you show us evidence. Because you're not being persecuted. At least not by us. We don't persecute anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to go on fakehatecrimes.org, but they really need to fix that site.
Well, you know what it is? It's barely anybody's reporting on that fact, so it's like it's such a grassroots thing to do.
Yeah.
That we don't have any kind of established thing. Quite frankly, anybody listening to this, if you're aware of fake hate crimes going on, we need everybody to get together and just gather that data, and we will need to share that information. So it does get to a better database.
Yeah,
because we can't just let this slide. I mean, fake hate crimes cannot slide. We need that people to be aware that they happen. And I mean, look at how the media was so quick to crucify, the kid up in the Covington situation.
Oh yeah, so fast. I mean, then
they tried to destroy the kid,
and
even he was an evil, horrible person. There's still people who think that he did something wrong.
Yeah,
I just saw it today on Facebook, an Occupy Facebook page. They were promoting an article showing that I guess the kid's suing the media, and then somebody in the comments said that he was basically a piece of shit.
Yeah, even when it's proven that he was the real victim, he's still the fucking villain. You don't want him to have justice, but hey, you want to throw other people under the bus? Okay.
Well, I got news for all these people. You know what they did? They screwed up. He's suing everybody now. His family is suing everybody for what they did to him. That him receiving what appears to be death threats, all sorts of unneeded media attention. He's going to sue the hell out of all of these people, and they're all in a serious bind because he's not a public figure; he's a private figure, so he will be able to prove defamation of his character. And not only that, but all sorts of threats. So this might be the catalyst to really financially hammer all these people who think they can go around and destroy people because it's, for whatever reason they have in their head that they think they're so elite that they can ruin the peasantry. And, this might be a thing that helps lead a catalyst to that. And then I got to say this, too. Look at all these left-wing outlets who are firing all these reporters on the regressive left.
Yeah.
200 people getting laid off of, over 200 people.
Learn to code.
BuzzFeed. I think Vox has people getting laid off. I think the era of reporting ridiculousness has kind of come to an end soon, where these people are going to be out of a job because they had stupid money to play around with. The establishment handed them all this money. They produced absolute garbage and lies, and the writing is on the wall. They weren't willing to read it. So now I think these companies are realizing that social justice as a business model is going to put you in the poorhouse. And if it's going to make you totally broke, You can't sustain a company.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, the money talks. Money's not going to last for these people, and they're going to be out. And that might be the very thing that balances out all this BS media. I mean, even the establishment media, how much longer can they really lie to the public and maintain their salaries when people are just fleeing their outlets and flocking towards alternative media sources that are building credibility for themselves, actually have a track record that's legitimate, despite, maybe they don't have all these credentials or this, that, but they've proven that they're actually doing a good job. People are gravitating towards that. The new media, the actual media, is going to flourish, which is why the establishment is so scared. Why CNN wants YouTube to censor people, Facebook to censor people, Twitter. CNN really, they're not state-run media, but they sure as hell act like it. And they really are scared. And so many of these other people are scared too. And I think if we just stick to our guns, tell the truth, be sincere, and don't sensationalize things the way they do, because we really don't need to, because they're so outrageous, it's going to benefit us in the long run. All of us. It's going to benefit not just us, but anybody who wants to be about the truth, regardless of what your political leanings are. Truth and justice in a real sense. The American way, as they say. That's what we should be striving towards. We should make sure that people aren't being persecuted and that we're willing to listen to all sides, regardless of whether we agree with those sides or not. And I think that's important to emphasize. And we should continue to fight that battle for that.
Yeah, man. All right. So, anyways, before we close out the show, you got anything you want to promote? What, like your YouTube?
Well, I got my YouTube channel. It's GB0083. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to update anything. I need to get a new computer.
Ah, okay.
Thank you. I need to get a new computer so I can start editing my stuff. So I'm kind of like, I'm on such a shoestring budget, I can't even afford it right now. Until then, I can't edit any videos, so I'm trying to get some, trying to make things happen here.
All right.
I mean, I'd say if people want to support me, they can, but I don't often ask for money. I just go out and do what I can. I try to pay for everything myself. So you can go check out my social media for the links on the videos there. That's the best way to get in contact with me, or even just reach, see what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Yep. So, I thank you for having me on the show tonight.
Alrighty, no problem. I'd like to thank everyone for listening to the show. Come back next week. We're going to be doing the Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez deception. Because there's some shit coming out about her. So come back for that, because I'm working on that right now. And I am also working on a new radio skit. New radio show. Well, not a radio show, but a show within the show called Bomba Tots. I'm producing the show right now as we speak. I'm working on the dialogue, working on everything. So stay tuned for a new series coming on the Crotch Out Radio Show, Bomba Tots. Anyways, thank you for listening. This has been the Crotch Out Radio Show, and as always, from my house to your house.
That's the end of my show. Donk.
Help the Crotch Out Radio Show grow and thrive by doing something you already do. Shop on Amazon. Amazon always has great deals for whatever you are looking for. From survivalists and riot gear to beanie babies. Next time you're going to shop at Amazon, use my link. The prices stay the same, but I get credit for the sale. Just go to tinyurl.com/LouisB and just shop normally, knowing that you're helping support the Crotch Out Radio Show. That's tinyurl.com/LouisB.